Hello, I am Ricky Walters, the Mortgage Wise Guy,
He's the mortgage wise guy.
and we're talking about the BLS job report that came out on June 7th, 2024. And we're talking about how headlines are and can be deceiving and what you should believe. So, first of all, why is the BLS monthly job report so important? Well, because it heavily influences the most important cost in the US economy. What is that cost? It's the cost of money. Fed governors have recently told us in the media that higher unemployment is likely the catalyst for deciding when to start to cut federal funds rate, the first cut, instead of inflation, because inflation just isn't coming down fast enough for them to justify cutting the prime rate. So let's take a look at this job report. The headline that the media focuses on, and unfortunately, seemingly the Fed focuses on, is in this month, 185,000 were the estimate, but 272 was what came in on this survey, on this job survey. And I say survey because much of the jobs, 231,000 of that 272, was based on a birth death model to estimate the number of jobs gained or lost by small businesses, because that's kind of hard to get your arms around in a survey. So they just do an estimate. No one called or surveyed them. It's only imputed data modeled by a computer program. And virtually every month, there are tens of thousands of jobs gained that are revised down in the following months. So what's some other discrepancies between these reports? Well, the birth death model from the BLS showed overall 231 jobs gained from small businesses. In leisure and hospitality was the biggest sector, almost 90,000 gained. If you compare that to ADP, which came out 2 days earlier, ADP said not 231 gained, but 10,000 lost. And in the area that of the most gain, only 12,000 gained. Then we take another comparison to JOLTS, which is job openings and labor statistics. It showed 109,000 less jobs created in April than the BLS said. So in this same report, there's two surveys. The establishment survey, that's where they do the guesstimate for the number of small businesses created jobs, and the household survey where they actually call people and they ask them, did you get a job or lose a job? And this survey with real data showed that 408,000 people lost jobs in the month of May. And the whole total labor force actually shrunk by 250,000. Why? Because those people got discouraged and gave up and stopped looking for jobs. So if we look at the actual unemployment rate, which is determined from this household survey, it went up from the previous month in 3.9 to 4% currently. In addition, if we add back all of those people that are discouraged and no longer looking, that's the U6 component. Actually, unemployment should be at 7.4%, which is the highest since the end of COVID in November of 2021. Here's kind of some graphical information. I'll just give you a quote from Barry Habib, one of my heroes who looks at all this data and makes sense of it. All the job gains came from the faulty birth death imputation. The household survey showed 408,000 job losses, causing the unemployment rate to rise to 4%. And then you can see the ADP employment report, which I mentioned, only showed a gain of 152, not 270. Okay, so much unemployment data. What should you believe? The headline number coming from the BLS establishment survey birth death model, they estimated 272,000 were gained. However, the BLS household survey that actually calls people showed 408,000 jobs lost and unemployment rate rising. What about C? The ADP report on Wednesday, only 152,000 jobs added. What about the jobs opening and labor turnover survey? 200,000 less in April than the BLS showed. And then you got E, which is another government agency. The quarterly census data for employment and wages showed that 800,000 less jobs in the last 12 months were created than the BLS birth death model showed us. And just for, grins, let's see what some well-known economists have said, along with CNBC bond analyst Rick Santelli. Lots of smart people in economics are questioning this establishment survey, calling it totally unreliable. So this is Ricky Walters, certified mortgage advisor with and I am the Mortgage Wise Guy.
Mortgage Wise Guy.
Thanks for watching.